Oh man. Oh man. He just yomp-skied that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that was a big bug too. There we go. Yes, that is what we want. Let's give you a quick look. That is a fantastic cutty. That is so nice. That seems to be about the average size. That is a fantastic fish. He is so good looking. I am so very excited to be talking to you today about quite possibly my favorite kind of fishing. And I should note, disclaimer, 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 I am not a guide. I am just some guy. And second disclaimer is that, you know, this isn't going to be applicable to all high alpine lakes, but in general, I think this is a good way to tackle the question of how do I fish high alpine lakes? And I think right now we should get into the very first, as always, what are they eating? You know, it always amazes me that places like this, well, I'm in Colorado right now, but places throughout the Mountain West here in the United States, they are dead. Like almost, I would say almost half the year. You think of all the ice and snow, the cold, bitter winds coming through valleys like this, especially high up in the Rockies. It's like, God, there must be nothing living up there. But then as soon as spring hits and summer revs its engines, it is this explosion. There is an abundance of life, and coming in all shapes and sizes. We're talking birds, beasts, bugs, fish, the whole nine. But I want to key in on the bugs, because the bug life in a place like this is silly. It's dumb. It's stupid. There are so many different creepy crawlies that these fish can be munching on, both from, well, the land and from the sea, water, lake. Taking a look at our land terrestrials. We're talking grasshoppers, we're talking crickets, we're talking everything under the sun, ants, beetles. It is crazy how much life is around the banks of these lakes. And as luck would have it, the wind will blow as it does, and it'll knock these critters in all the time. So the fish in these alpine lakes, they're keyed in, they're looking for terrestrials. And then in the water, there is, well, depending on the lake, of course, some are a bit more barren, others are abundant in life. You can find leeches, scuds, freshwater shrimp, midges especially, that's a big one. And all sorts of other kind of creepy crawlies, be it stoneflies, you know, caddis, what have you, on top of minnows and other forage fish that might be, or baby trout, that might be already in the lake. So just looking at that alone, there is so much for these critters to be eating. The only catch is they only have 3-4 months to eat to get all that in. So they're not very selective, let's just say. So when I'm packing a box for a high alpine lake trip, I like to have a wide variety. So looking at my box when I was curating these flies, I wanted to go with a nice batch of small flies, talking midges, smaller BWOs, smaller caddis, things of that nature. Then as we move over, we're getting into kind of the bigger attractor patterns, looking at ants, looking at chubbies, and it just covers that wide range of beetles, ants, bugs, that sort of thing. Now flipping to the other side, this is where things get a little bit squirrely, a little bit hectic. We've got a wide range of leeches, a wide range of nymphs, and then we're working up with some bigger streamers, stoneflies, and then our big dry flies. Now, do you need all these flies? No, of course you don't. Does anybody need all the flies they have? No, it's unreasonable. I get it. If I had to pick two, if I had to pick just 2 flies to bring to the party, if I was, oh, you know, there's a party down at Alpine Lake, what are you bringing? I'm bringing a midge, and I'm bringing a leech. Looking at what they eat, there's a wide range. So much for them to be eating, but keep in mind, they are opportunists. They don't have all day to sit around and look at your BWO and think, the 3 quills should be 4. I'm not gonna eat that. No, they don't play that game. They're gonna eat. They have to eat. That's why coming to these lakes is pretty fun. I'll be honest. Okay, so we've got a better idea of what they're munching on. Let's take a look at the rod selection, let's just say. In my opinion, the humble 9'5" weight will be your best all-around rod. 2 reasons. 1, it's longer. These bodies of water can be pretty big, so when you're casting out, you want something to be able to punch, out far if you're trying to, you know, get to where they're rising or get to a drop-off point or what have you. It's good to have a little something with a little bit of extra backbone in it. The 3 weights, the 4 weights, they're fun, but it's just not going to serve you as well because the banks, you got to get out past the banks, let's just say. And the second reason for the 9'5" weight is that it can shimmy over. It can do the heavy stuff, but it can do the light stuff too. So when they start popping off and they're going off on the dry, you can make a nice dainty approach with a 9'5" weight, just about with the best of them. Plop that down and just psh, let them eat, baby. Let them eat. When you're coming to a lake, it's good to size up, if you get what I'm saying. 9'5" weight is going to cover so many different ranges of what you need to do and what you need to kind of throw, be it a leech or a dry fly. I guess a midge, because you should only bring those 2. Okay, with that, now that we know a little bit better idea of what rods to bring to the party, let's look at where these fish are sitting. So now that we know what we're bringing to the party, midges and leeches, we know how we're getting them there, the old 9'5" weight, now we need to kind of know where the heck the party's at. And in a alpine lake, again, massive generalization here. In my experience, the fish are always moving. The active fish are always moving. So to say one particular spot is better than the other might not be the case. Now, don't get me wrong, there are places where you will tend to find fish. Places like inlets, outlets, steep drop-offs, boulder fields, even certain log jams, you're gonna find some fish there that are holding up. But from my experience, again, you'll find cruising fish in almost any high alpine lake. And when I say cruising, I'm talking about an active fish who's, I would say, 1 inch to like 10 feet off of the bank. And they are cruising. They are moving quick, and they're looking for anything coming off the bank and anything coming off of whatever drop-off is there. So they are active, they're looking for food, and cruising fish are quite possibly the most fun. Because if you can, all you gotta do is get a good approach, and you're almost guaranteed to catch that fish. There are not a whole lot of things on this earth that make me as happy as alpine lake fishing. It is, in my opinion, the pinnacle. If I were to get diagnosed with some crazy disease tomorrow and they say, you got 2 weeks to live, I say, helicopter me in to my favorite lake and let me die. Seriously, folks, it is so fun. And I hope after seeing this video, you're convinced. I mean, there's so many elements outside of the easy fishing that make it what it is. When you hear the bark of the pika and the wind whistling over the continental divide, and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm 12,000 feet above sea level right now. My ears just popped for the 18th time, and I think my headache's about to make my head explode. There's so many things that go into catching that easy fish, the miles on the trail, the various weather patterns you have to be aware. It's so rewarding outside of just that fishing element. And I think that might be why I like it so much, or it's just the easy fishing. So with that, folks, I sure hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm interested to see, this is kind of the more technical side of things in the story, let's just say, of the high alpine lake fishing that I did. I think it's too fast to go over the more technical stuff like this, where it's, you know, we're just talking about the regular stuff. When I'm up there, it's all action, all gas, no brakes. So I like being able to take a second, maybe more thoroughly break down my thought process with, you know, a day of fishing. So I sure hope you're keeping your feet in the water wherever you find yourself. And until next time, tight lines. Oh, howdy there. I guess if you're seeing this, that means you've made it to the end of the video. And if you made it to the end, watch it all the way through, all I gotta say is thank you so much for your support. It seriously means the world. And if you are binging all the fly all season content, if you are just so dialed in on the FAS, whatever it is, go check out the Discord, go check out the Instagram. I know you hear me saying that. I know you can scroll through it, but I'm serious. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right here. It is popping. We've got pictures and videos from adventures like I'm on right now, which you'll see later. And then on the Discord, dude, the Discord is so much fun. We got this fly the month contest going on, and every month it gets better and better and better, and people are making some damn crispy flies. And I got to give a quick shout out to this month's winner. That crispy boy is so freaking money. I would eat that any day of the week. So folks, as always, I just gotta say thank you so much for your support. I know I try and say it as much as I can, but for real, from my hungry stomach to your home, thank you so much. And yeah, I hope wherever you end up, whatever you're doing, hope you're keeping those feet in the water. And until next time, I have to finish this food. No, tight lines.